Hello readers, welcome back. My name is Asma Siddiqui. I am a voracious book reader and this is the book that I'm going to be talking to you about this week. It's called Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine, which is a very interesting book. I was recommended to read the book by a colleague of mine who had previously read it, and when I bought the book I mentioned to her that this is a book that I've got, and she said it is a good book, you should read it. So I read the book. I absolutely love the character of the book, the main character Eleanor Oliphant, which is a very unusual last name, but the character is very interesting, and just like her name, she is kind of eccentric, very different, very quirky, and everything that she does, and mainly her thought process and her thoughts when written down in the book, because this book is written from her perspective. They're really fun to read. So she questions everything and she is kind of judgmental about things too, but I have really enjoyed reading the character, and more importantly the fact that she goes around and without human contact for a very long time. She's able to make friends, she's able to make relationships, she's able to socialize with people. She's learning and failing and then learning, and it's just like a lot of trial and error that is happening while she is trying to establish herself as a social person, as a person in general. So I have enjoyed reading the character. She kind of reminds me of Sheldon of Big Bang Theory, because he's kind of like that too. So I kind of related her character to Sheldon's, and it didn't seem that weird to me. But if I would have read the book without watching Big Bang Theory, I may have felt that this character is kind of weird. But in this book, I generally really enjoyed reading her, and I was able to read it quickly. I was able to read much quicker than usual, except for one day where I went without reading, but that was not the book's fault, it was mine. So good book. I'm going to recommend anyone to read it because it's kind of a heartwarming story. It's not an unusual story, it's not something that doesn't usually happen. There is a little bit of mystery, which is not really a mystery because you kind of figure out while you're reading what kind or what actually happened with the character, why she is like this, and especially if you have like a childhood trauma that you go through, it takes you a while to get back to normal. And the way that she figured this out and realized that she does have a problem, and then from the support of her friends, not friends but friend, she was pushed in the right direction. And I think it's a beautiful story. It's the story itself is really nice. It's a very heartwarming story. You kind of feel really warm when you're reading the book, but the story is not very unusual. So it's not really a big page turner, or it's not like a thriller where you're like, oh my god, this is something that's mind blowing. But the character is nice, the book is nice. It's a cozy kind of story. So definitely read the book. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you should come back and not come back, you should subscribe to the channel and then come back when I share my review of the next book that I have begun reading, which so far is a fast-paced book, but I'm not sure about the story. So I will tell you about that next week when I come back. Until then, you guys stick around.